Yeah, what's good, peoples? What's good? What's good? We're going live. Doing a little recording. Hey, it's just me today. Yep, I'm on a 1 minute late, but it's all good. Got a couple of things we're gonna talk about. Last week we were on just health and fitness, man. That's what this is all about. Health and fitness. How can we improve our health and fitness? How can we get better? How can we change? How can we adapt? How can we make minor adjustments and get huge results? Because it's all about positive results, good results, living longer, having more energy, walking up the stairs without getting tired, maybe relieving some back pain. I mean, just anything that has anything to do with health and fitness. What is health and fitness? Helping you to learn how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, because that's a huge deal. I pause there. Studies show, and I like statistics. Studies show that when you eat at night, you have a higher chance of diabetes. Bet you didn't know that. But that's what we talking about, y'all. Health and fitness. Health and fitness. Last week I had my boy Paul on. He's tied up. It's Thanksgiving weekend. So people still got family in doing their thing. It's all good. So shout out to Paul. He'll be back next weekend. But we're going to dive right into it. Hopefully you didn't eat too much. I've been saying it all week. I teach classes at a gym here, Conley Fitness. And the deal, I like statistics, man. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. So the statistic is 122 million pounds of eggnog was consumed on Thursday. I'll say it again. 122 million pounds of eggnog was consumed on Thursday. Now, we already talked about it last week. Eggnog is primarily dairy. Okay? Dairy. Most people, regardless of culture or race or nationality, most people are lactose intolerant. But 122 million pounds of eggnog was consumed on Thursday. Most of those, I'm going to say, statistically, 60 to 70% on average, 60 to 70% of those 122 million pounds, the people that consume that 122 million pounds of eggnog are lactose intolerant. I'm looking at two phones here. I'm recording on two different ways. That's why my eyes are shifted, in case y'all want to know. So, let's get into it. I got a couple deals here I wanted to talk about, because last week we answered a couple questions. We had a couple, and I want y'all to chime in. You know what I'm saying? If you got something to say, send a comment. Hit me with a message, and I'll try my best to respond as quick as possible. So, let's get into it. I was pulling it up on my tablet here. All right, so we got a couple deals here. It was Thanksgiving just a few days ago. Now, we're not going to get into the history of Thanksgiving, although you should look that up. I may talk about it one day. So, what you should do going forward, because we got a few more weeks, and the about 5 or 6 weeks, and this year is over. Okay, what does that mean? That means January 1st is gonna come around, and like most people, we will probably jump on some kind of healthy eating, or get in shape, get fit, some type of marketing scheme. All the gyms are gonna have something available where you can sign up, and it's gonna be real cheap. You know what I mean? To get a membership, and people try to get you in the gym, but really don't teach you how to work out. You don't really know what you're doing in the gym. Some people scared of the gym. I work at a gym, ironically. I work at a gym, and we got people coming there, and they don't know what they're supposed to be doing. Well, you got a couple different people. Some people don't know what they're supposed to be doing. They don't have a clue. You got some people that are scared of the gym because they think they're supposed to be in shape before they get there. That's foolishness. The gym is supposed to help you to get in shape. You're supposed to feel comfortable with the gym. But I mean, that's fine. You don't have to go work out at the house. I actually work out in my garage sometimes. I got a whole little setup in there, and I gets it in because I don't want to make no excuses. Because I know last year we had a snowstorm come through here, and it got -20. I live in Arkansas. It got -20, below zero. That was improper English, wasn't it? 20 below zero. So it was -20. That's freezing cold. Half my plants died outside in my little garden there. So I worked out in the garage because I really didn't feel like leaving the house in 20 below. So I worked out in the garage, you know. And then you got people that former athletes, you know, they used to work out junior high, high school. Some people went to, you're blessed and fortunate enough to go to college to participate in sports, you know, and did that. But now, you know, it's been some of us 20, 30 years, you know, since then, and no working out. And that's really not good for you, okay? It's not good. So let's talk about it. How do we, what do we need to do going forward? All right, so I'm gonna give you a couple different things. Okay? How to recover, that's what we're gonna talk about today, mainly. How to recover after binge eating on Thanksgiving, or how to get better. You know, how not to repeat the cycle. Because a lot of us eat for taste and not for life. Okay, we eat because it tastes good and not because it's actually helping our body. Let's get into it. Because if I don't have a plan, stay focused, I can go all around the mulberry bush. All right, so get a pen. You can write this down. So this is what we're supposed to do. Have a plan for the rest of the year. What does that plan look like? I'm not going to eat so much, okay? That plan may look like I need 3,000 calories a day. Okay, I'm going to cut it down 1,000, and I'm just going to do 2,000 calories, which means a calorie deficit. What's a calorie deficit? That means you need, let's say, for instance, you need 3,000 calories just to stay alive, okay? Instead of having that 3,000 calories, you drop it down to 2,000 calories, and you're in a calorie deficit. So this means you're not getting the 3,000 calories, you're getting 2,000. Now your body's operating on a calorie deficit. What does this mean? This means you're going to lose weight for most people. Not for everybody, but for most people, this means you're going to lose weight. That's what a calorie deficit is. That might help you. All right, so have a plan. All right, I'll read this article. This is from therbs.com. I read a whole bunch of stuff, man. I'm all over the place. Have a plan going forward. What do you need to do? What's going on, fam? I see y'all jumped on. Okay, hold on. View request. Go live. All right, y'all hold 1 second. Got my boy jumping on. At least I think I did that right, this technical thing. Oh, there we go. What's going on, fam?
What's going on, brother?
Man, all is well, man. Let me tilt this camera a little bit.
Last minute, I got some time.
Oh, it's all good, man. Trying to keep it short today. All right, so what we're talking about is what to do after you done overate for Thanksgiving. All right, I'm following this little article right here. Something real simple that people can jump on. Matter of fact, I'll post the link because I'm gonna put this on YouTube as well. I'll post the link so y'all can jump on here and check this out. But the first step is to have a plan for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna eat, what you gonna do, because most people, and we're gonna talk about it later, most people don't get enough fruits and vegetables in their diet. Most people, the Western diet, and we talked about it a little bit last week, the Western diet says meat. Because I mean, you look at it. Let me prove it. When you go to get breakfast, if you in a hurry, you getting breakfast. If you're not eating at home, you go to Burger King. What do they have? Fried foods for breakfast in the morning. Taco Bell, fried foods for breakfast in the morning. McDonald's, fried foods, breakfast in the morning. Chick-fil-A, some people say it's better. Fried foods. It's fried in grease, and that grease saturates the food, So when you eat the food, what are you eating? Bad cholesterol. That's what you eat. I inherited bad cholesterol from my family, and I work out all the time, and my numbers are still high. So if I work out all the time, see where I'm going? So we got to have a plan going forward. So have a plan. Now, the article says to avoid the increased caloric intake over the weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, develop a plan for each day after Thanksgiving, whether it is a family soccer game in the backyard, movie day, taking a walk around the neighborhood, or a cold plunge in the swimming pool. Have a plan. Having a plan keeps you from becoming bored. So, I remember for a while, it takes extreme discipline. For a while, I was prepping. All right, you cook on Sundays for the whole week. So therefore, when you're hungry, you already have healthy food in your refrigerator. Just throw it in a just put it in a little Tupperware dish. You know what I mean? You got your little meat the size of a fist. Got your vegetables. You know what I mean? You got your carbs. You got that stuff in there, and you pop the top off, throw it in the microwave, warm it up, boom, you eating. As opposed to going to one of these fast food places and getting something to eat that's just really not healthy for you. It's really, really, really not healthy for you. All right, so that's the first step. You have a plan for what you're going to do, whether you're going to eat more to gain weight, muscle, whatever it may be, whether you're going to eat less, whether you're going to throw some smoothies in there as a meal replacement, because you can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can throw a smoothie in there. You get between a 200 and 600 calorie smoothie. Because most of the meals when you go to McDonald's or Taco Bell or Burger King, now I'm just using those for example. You got other restaurants there, but for example, you go to McDonald's, Taco Bell, Burger King, whatever. Those meals are going to be 2,000 calories plus. So you've already met. Say it again.
They can get up there for sure
They
because the extra grease and fat and all that stuff, sugar, and especially in the morning, it's always like some sweet stuff too.
right.
So you know,
Yep. So point being, when you go to these places and you get your meal, a lot of them, I ain't gonna say a lot of them, but sometimes they'll have the calories up there from the whole meal. Man, you might get your whole daily surplus or needed quantity of calories in one meal, but you eating 3 or 4 times throughout the day, so you getting quadruple sometimes the calories that you actually need for your body. So what your body does is holds on to that food. It just stores it in your body.
Yep. That's what it does.
And 20, 30 years down the line, you got all this fat surrounding your cells, and you wondering why people getting diabetes, and you're getting high cholesterol, and you're getting, because heart disease is the #1 killer still. So you get all this fat in your body. Your heart is trying to work to pump blood to your body, but the blood got to go throughout all this fat. Now you got fat in your arteries where you need the blood to flow smooth and freely. It can't do that because you got clogged arteries. Clogged arteries leads to what? Heart stroke, heart attack.
All types of cardiovascular diseases.
All types of cardiovascular diseases. We do not want that.
Poison.
Right. And so you go to the doctor, and the doctor be like, dude, I can't believe you ain't had a stroke yet. And you looking like, right. How? I never knew. Dude, you're eating. So it's a guy that I follow. His name is C.T. Fletcher. You can look him up online. C.T. Fletcher.
You said C.T.?
C.T. C as in Charlie, T as in Thomas. C.T. Fletcher. I like him, man. But C.T. Fletcher, he's probably 60s now, maybe 70. He was one of the strong men back in the day. He had the world record for straight arm curl, and he'll tell you. Mm-hmm. He said, because he's a big boy. He's about 300 pounds, man, big old massive guy. He said for 20 years he ate the same exact lunch. He went to McDonald's. I think he said he got 4 Big Macs, like 3 large fries, and two shakes. That's what he ate for 20 years straight. And lo and behold, he had to get like a quadruple bypass or something like that. I may be mistaken, but it's something like that where he had something with his heart and he had to get the bypass and all. So he'll tell you, man, that bad eating, he's cleaner now. But that bad eating, man, it got him. It caught up with him. And for some
I
of
think he
us,
had to get like a somebody donated an organ to him,
it's possible.
and
That's possible.
yeah, that's what, because I actually heard he has a new product line. I think it's called Ambresos or something like that.
Okay, okay.
And it's more plant based. They still have like options for other people that aren't plant based, but they have some plant based options. But he was going in on that, and he was just talking about his story and why he went this route. And he said that it was an individual that saved his life because he needed a new organ. And I forgot what it was a replacement of, but it was something major.
Yeah.
And for the rest of his life, he got to do that because of how he was living and stuff. So that's the thing. Like, it's not even just working out that is going to save you.
Right.
It's working out plus clean eating, because when you work out, you are literally breaking down the body.
Right.
So if the only resources you have to build that body back up, which is why it's called bodybuilding,
right,
is bullcrap.
Right.
Then you got to think about that. If you build a house from bullcrap resources,
right,
when it, eventually it's going to break down.
Right.
So, it's not going to be able to handle all that pressure that you're putting on it and stuff like that on a daily basis from working out. So you're really just speeding up the destruction of your body when you're putting, it's like racing and putting bullcrap fuel in it.
Right.
You're really going to break that car down faster. So that's the same thing. You got to you have to give yourself some clean fuel.
Yeah.
Especially if you're working out.
Yep.
Especially if you're working out. You just got to understand what's going on.
Absolutely. 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 And we talking about your body, y'all. You only get one. It ain't like, I mean, we are decades away from, where we were 10 years ago. But at the same time, man, you can't go to Walmart and get a whole other body. They cloning meat. They cloning quite a few things that we put in our bodies. But you can't go get another body. You got one. You have to take care of it. So what you put in your body, that's life or that's death. So make a plan. That's the first step. Make a plan. Hey, I'm going to get better, or I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do, what I'm doing, and I'm going to chance clocking out of here next year, next month, next week, or 30, 40 years from now. It's your decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've made a decision. Go ahead.
No, I'm just agreeing.
Yeah. I've made a decision that I'm going to get older. Father Time ain't lost the battle yet. You're going to get older. You're going to age. But you don't have to hurt and be all broke down and lack of energy and taking pharmaceuticals every day just to live. You don't have to do that. Now, you may have some inherited disease to where, you got to do this and that. But you probably can lighten that hit if you 20 minutes a day and you eat cleaner. Okay? So you got to have a plan how you're going to do that. And our job on here is just to kind of help you open your eyes and kind of guide you the right direction. Okay? So have a plan. Now, if you want to be extremely disciplined, the next step on this deal is to keep a wellness journal. What does that mean? That means write down every day what you're putting in your body. Now, what does this do? This holds you accountable to what you are putting in your body. So if you like fast food and you spending $50 a day on fast food, you actually get to look at it and see how bad you are eating. And that might be the wake-up call for some of y'all. Dang, I didn't think I was eating that bad, but I'm eating bad. Or it might be, I'm doing good, but I can do better. So regardless, whether you're eating bad, whether you're eating clean, you can always do better. Okay? So, and plus they got apps that you can jump on. You can jump on your whether you got a Apple phone or what's the other brand?
Yeah, they got trackers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
where you keep a food journal and stuff like. But usually, and if everybody's gonna have different struggles. So you got people that have struggles with even doing that. They don't want to sit down and create a journal and stuff like that. But or they don't want to have to remind themselves every day to they got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So they basically somebody put in the chat
my fitness pal.
That's one.
Right.
But usually it's accountability issue.
Right.
So what you can do, if you got the money, you can get a trainer to hold you accountable.
Right.
They'll have all these tools and stuff like that. They will
Right.
check on you. They will hold you accountable and give you reminders and stuff like that. So it's either that or you get that reality check.
Right.
Good old reality check from maybe running into an ailment later on that scares you into taking some higher precautions and stuff like that.
Right.
And that's 9 times out of 10, that's usually how I go.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. Another thing that'll help y'all is get a wearable, get a watch. They got tons of brands of watches. Apple Watch, you got Samsung. I got a watch off of Amazon. It was like $200. And the watch will track your oxygen, how you breathing, your heart rate, your sleep at night, because that's another crucial deal. A third of Americans are sleep deprived. Okay.
Yeah.
Not getting enough sleep, because when you go to sleep, your brain is actually working harder to keep you alive. So your heartbeat has to beat. If you eat before you go to sleep, your stomach has to digest the food. You know what I'm saying? Your organs, they have to work at night to keep you alive. Your brain has to localize the short-term memory. It has to lock in the long-term memory in your brain. It got to do a lot of stuff. Paul said it last week. Your cells, they're recharging. Some of them are replenishing. They're changing. The blood is being filtered. It's a whole lot of stuff going on at night. So if you're putting bad stuff in your body and you're sleeping bad, man, you're a time bomb waiting to go off. And it's just, you got people that love you, that's going to miss you if you clock out of here. Hey, for them, for your children, your wife, your husband, your cousins, grandma, daddy, auntie, find something to motivate you so that you can stay around.
That's a great point right there, because a lot of people's issue is like, they know what to do. This is nothing new as far as like all the little tools and stuff to be healthy. Being healthy has been around. And the tools to be healthy and all the different routes you can take to get there, they've been out. So, but the problem is the emotional connection to it.
Right.
And I think what you just said is a great point when it comes to people have to find how to emotionally connect to this journey.
Right.
Because if you don't, you're gonna do it for a little bit, and then you're gonna fall off.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta figure out, you gotta find something to think about and to replay in your mind. It could be your kids, man, being around for your kids, showing up at they stuff, not feeling tired and dragged down and stuff like that. Having more patience for them and stuff, because you got more energy to have patience.
Right.
We gotta remember that having patience takes energy.
Right.
All these things that you're pouring into your kids, all the emotions that come with that, stress management, that takes energy.
Yep.
So your body can handle stress, but it can handle stress when it's at its optimum position. You know what I'm saying? So the less optimum it is, the less stress it can handle, and the smaller that bar gets to where it just breaks and something else goes haywire, stuff like that. So you find that emotional connection, whether it be your kids, whether it be, maybe you got to be here for your wife, and or if you're a woman, be here for your husband and stuff like that. You want to be around, and you also want to have a quality of life. You don't want to be sitting there having to have your kids roll you around to their events. Right. Or all types of scenarios, you know what I'm saying? So it's just quality of life. It's not, of course, you're not going to live forever. Yeah. Everybody going to die from something. And yes, you could get hit by a bus.
Right.
But that's not an excuse. Because that's a weak argument.
Right.
So we could say that about a lot of things, but we still make sure we get up and do them.
Right.
So we got a comment.
Yep.
Ignorance is bliss. The people who do go down that road are the people that have things happen to them in a bad way. Yeah. Which makes them change those habits for the most part. Right. That's true. Right. That's usually how it goes. Right. People usually have to get that wake up call. Right. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. And sometimes it takes more of a wake up call for others. Right. But for me, it was acid reflux and some other little small things when I started to actually pay attention to things and self-diagnose and do all this stuff like that. And I started to see that all these things were rooted in nutrition and health and all these little things we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
And I think the biggest He said, I commend y'all for bringing these things to light. Man, I appreciate that,
It's
my
all
boy,
good.
man. That's my boy, Big Man.
Good.
Appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we definitely love that support. So, I mean, I think the thing that you said is that goes very, very underlooked is sleep.
Right.
Sleep is like, when it comes to cancer is a big business.
Yes.
And, you know,
business. Say that again. Big business.
Big business. So, when it comes to cancer, sleep is actually a big culprit in that.
Yep.
Because when we're talking about the cells, our cells get damaged, even if we're healthy. Every time we wake up, we're utilizing something, we're using it up,
Yeah.
and it's getting broken down and used up. So at night, we go into that state of homeostasis where the body cleans up, gets rid of old stuff, and throws it away. Or you have damaged cells that commit. It's called a process called apoptosis, which is cell suicide.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to do.
Right.
And then the white blood cells come and they clean up the debris. That's the cleaning crew.
Yeah.
That's not your immune system.
Right.
And we'll go into that later on. But they clean it up. But sometimes you get a cell that does not choose to commit suicide. It chooses to hijack another healthy cell.
Yes.
And then utilize it. It'll mutate and then start to think for itself. So, you know, usually cancer is associated with like selfishness, like energy from selfishness, because it is a selfish type of disease. And it's like a a mutated cell ends up pretty much trying to hijack your system.
Yeah.
And feed itself. Yeah. But it's like a vampire in your body.
Yeah.
It's like a vampire in your body, but it's all from sleep, lack of sleep. Because if you're not getting that melatonin that Vic just put in the chat,
that. Yeah, I saw that.
Then that melatonin is not getting you that process of homeostasis and regenerating your cells and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to look up this deal.
It's a whole bunch of stuff, man. So
right. Yeah, I'm trying to look up this deal for him real quick. Because it's a company that I know that was started by a guy. I actually take this stuff. It's called oil of oregano. Now, that doesn't help with sleep, but have you ever heard of it, Paul? Oil of oregano?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's one of the most powerful antioxidants that you can take. I put 6 drops in some water and take it, and then I flush it down with more water because it's extremely strong. Y'all go look it up, oregano oil. I'm gonna actually have to post this as well. Pharmacy for Life has a product. I'm gonna tell you, Vic, in just 1 second when I get there. But it's the deal to help you sleep. Deep sleep bundle. Okay, here we go. This stuff is called Dreams. DREAMZ. Vic, you should look this up. Yep. No. So the company is called Pharmacy for Life. It was started by a rapper. As I was growing up in the 90s, I forget the rapper's name, but it's called Pharmacy for Life. That's the company. It's on IG, and you can look it up on Google. As y'all come in, I'm just waving at you as you come in. Yes. But anyway, if you go down, he has a product. It's called Dreams, and in Dreams, Paul, you might know some of this stuff. Let me tell you what's in here. It has magnesium, valerian root, St. John's wort and hops, and some other stuff that I can't pronounce.
Okay.
But Vic for president. DREAMZ. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah. Dreams. And that's the product if you want to try that out. Because I was looking at getting it. Because I sleep good, but I don't sleep deep enough. I'm sleeping long enough, but I'm not getting enough deep sleep. That's a whole other deal. There's 4 stages of sleep. Your body cycles all of those stages all night long. If you don't get enough deep sleep, then you got problems, because that's the part where you got the lowest breathing or the slowest breathing. You're supposed to get, I think, between, and that's good for. You don't sleep at all. Oh yeah, you need to hurry. You need to hurry and get that product.
Vic has he's a unique situation because he has type 1.
Oh, okay.
He got type 1. So,
Okay.
that's going to be a more unique approach,
Yes.
that comes from somebody that got, is more professional and stuff
Right.
like that. That's
Right.
going to be able to know his situations and stuff. So there's certain things that, you can get relief from. I know I talked to him, a few weeks ago, and we came up on a herb called blue vervain.
I've heard of
Which
that.
is definitely,
I've heard of that.
yeah, blue vervain. Like that's something that I've used, and that's for the nervous system.
Yeah.
So basically, what you got to do is, you want to make sure you're not doing anything that's irritating the nervous system, or getting it on a or hyping it up.
Right.
When you're trying to tone it down at night. So if you drink a lot of caffeine, coffee, energy drinks, anything like that,
right,
you gotta you would want to cycle off of that type of stuff, fast from it, and then take blue vervain to kind of like calm your nervous system down, so that your body can actually repair the nervous system. Right. And your sleep should get better over time, but you got to give your body enough time to get that stuff out of your system.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. So yeah, check that out, Vic, and see if that helps, man. And if not, I forgot to order. Need to grab some of that. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I heard about that lion's mane too.
Yeah. It's blue. I'm gonna put it in just in case you forgot. Yeah. Put it in the chat. It's called blue vervain.
Yep. And for y'all that's on here that never heard this stuff, hey, type this stuff in and Google it.
Yeah.
Because this is
always check with your doctor.
Right.
Always check with your doctor and make sure if you want any medications, because herbs are just as dangerous.
Absolutely.
So if you want any medications, just make sure you pass it by your doctor. Make sure it's not conflicting with it, because I know blue vervain is one that can conflict with blood pressure medication. Yeah. So you don't want, if you're already taking blood pressure medication, don't take blue vervain, because it'll go too low.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And another thing is, if you're in an area, I know big metropolitan areas are easier, but if you're in an area where you can go maybe seek out a homeopathic doctor, that may be something to look at as well, because they're really good at giving you stuff that's not necessarily pharmaceuticals, you know what I mean, or petroleum based. Yeah. It's from the earth. Right. Because the pharmaceuticals, those are all chemicals. It might have 10% natural in it, and the other 90% is man-made chemicals, which is why most pharmaceuticals, if not all of them, have side effects. So to get something natural like blue vervain, you know what I mean? These things, or lion's mane, these things are all natural. They come from the earth. God made them, so they don't have no side effects. But if you take it natural, like Paul said, with the pharmaceuticals, they might clash and they might cause some issues. So please check with your doctor first. I'm not a doctor. I don't have no PhD in nothing. But check with your doctor. Check with your doctor before taking this stuff. Don't go on there and be like, yeah, he told me to take this. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Some guy on Instagram.
Right. Be sending me a lawsuit. I'm just saying these things could work. They could work, because you got to think about it, man. Like before 300-400 years ago, man, we didn't have a national, well, really it's sooner than that. Like before, like 200 years ago, we didn't have a national, medicine, Western medicine type deal. So what did the ancestors take? They took stuff from the ground, from the earth, from the trees, from the grass. They planted stuff. They grew stuff. That's how they helped. That's how they healed each other. The Native Americans, man, they had all this medicine. We don't hear about it now. We don't get taught about that kind of stuff. So, do your research on this kind of stuff, because this is the truth. You're not researching the pharmaceuticals you're putting in your body, no way. When the doctor tells you, you're not looking at it. The doctor says take this, you take it without question.
Yeah, and they're not taught nutrition in school. They're taught medicine.
Yep.
So you got to understand that if you're going to a doctor, they're going to only be able to approach your situation from a pharmaceutical background, or just if it's something simple, then common sense. Everybody got common sense.
Right.
So but if it's not a broken bone or anything like that, and it's actually some type of imbalance in your body biochemically, then that's what they are taught to approach. It's called allopathic medicine for a reason. So basically what that means is allopathy is you know how to use a little bit of poison,
Mm-hmm.
and you know how this poison makes the body react. So
Yeah.
let's take something simple that everybody knows and
Mm-hmm.
has experience with: Tylenol.
Right.
We take Tylenol for headaches, right?
Right.
So we can. So basically, what Tylenol does, why you get relief from that headache from taking Tylenol, is because the body looks at that Tylenol as a poison. So it thins out the blood to get it through the system faster and get it out the system faster.
Yeah,
because
that makes
the
sense.
blood goes through what? The filter, the kidneys. And so if you're drinking enough water, it gets that out. All your pharmaceutical drugs that you take get filtered through the kidneys to get out your body. So that's the same thing that happens with caffeine. Your body's really just thinning the blood out to get it out faster. So you're getting relief from your body thinning out the blood. And that's the relief you're getting from the headache. Yeah. But that's what the poison is doing. So your body's reacting to getting something out, and you're just getting relief from that reaction. But it's not, it doesn't want it in the body. So that's, you got to understand the reaction. Right. That's all. That's what allopathy is, basically. How I can see how the body reacts to a little bit of poison to get relief from this. But hey, you got to understand that these compounds and all these drugs come from plants to begin with. 90% of drugs come from the rainforests and all that type of stuff. Yeah. So what they do is they isolate the active ingredient that causes the effect or relief, and they isolate it to make it happen faster, so that they can, sell it and all that type of stuff, get people to trust into it, praise it, all that type of stuff. But see, the thing is, you isolate the compound that was also surrounded by a bunch of other constituents in the plant that gave it balance. Right. So those side effects you're getting from that drug would have been checked or kept in check from the other compounds in the plant, but you separated it. Yeah. So now what your body has to do is complete that equation that the plant was supposed to originally do. That's what God created it for, to already be whole and all that type of stuff, to just, you be good. You have no side effects from it. But now your body has to balance the equation. That balancing of equation is what you feel as a side effect. Yeah. So that's what you're doing when you take a drug. So you just got to know. Right.
All right. So we talked about having a plan. That's the first step. Have a plan for the rest of the year. Okay. Because you don't have to live another year hurting. You don't have to live another year on. Because a lot of the times, with the pharmaceuticals that you're taking, if you ate cleaner, you put better fuel in your body, and exercise more, you could get off some of these things. This has happened. I've witnessed it. You know what I mean? So you don't have to live another year just like you did. So 2023 can be a better year than 2022 or any of the years before that. Okay? So you don't have to go into 2023 with the same diagnosis that you did going into 2022. Okay? So have a plan, first step. Second step, keep a wellness journal or get an app. MyFitnessPal, that was one that was mentioned. Or get you a tracker, a fitness tracker, that'll track your sleep, that'll actually help you. All right, now, most Americans get under 7 hours of sleep. That's sleep deprived, because you want to get between 7 and 9 hours. That's the best sleep. And you want to follow your circadian rhythm. So if you get up every day at 6 a.m., then keep getting up every day at 6 a.m. But find a time that you're going to go to sleep that you're going to get 7 to 9 hours. So one night you go to sleep at 2 in the morning. The next night you go to sleep at 9 p.m. The next night you go to sleep at 12. You all over the place, man. So you want to be within an hour of going to sleep. You want to be within that same time every single night. That's your circadian rhythm. That puts your body in a rhythm. Your body knows that it's going to go to sleep at the same time every night, and your body knows it's going to wake up the same time every night. That's very good. That's circadian rhythm. You can, Paula, you can type that in. I know you own it. Circadian rhythm. Type that up. Y'all research that. We're giving y'all homework. This is the best homework you can get. This work is going to save your life. Look up circadian rhythm. So, again, make a plan. Keep a journal or hold yourself accountable. Hey, if you got to have a person call you or text you and ask you what you ate today, then do that. Do that. Please do
Yeah.
it.
And I will
Next.
add to that circadian rhythm info is that you got to understand that your body, all your organs work on a clock,
Yes.
a biological clock. So this circadian rhythm is exactly what we're talking about. So when you go out, you get the sun and all that type of stuff, your body works on light.
Right.
So if you are inside all day and you never get any natural source of light or anything like that, that also is affecting your circadian rhythm
Absolutely.
as well.
Absolutely.
Because our bodies process light.
Mm-hmm.
And we can interchange the word light with electricity or electrons.
Ooh.
Because, if you want to get scientific,
right,
we're talking about the same thing.
Same thing.
So that's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
But to stay on topic, circadian rhythm, each organ has a high and a low point of the day at the day. So your heart might be at a stronger point at a certain part of the day, and then it can get at a weakest point where it's more vulnerable. You know, so you want to do things in accordance to that clock and that rhythm, so that you're not trying to put the organ under stress at its weakest point of the day.
Right.
So there's something when it comes to a husband and wife making babies and stuff like that.
Right.
You want to make sure you're doing something in regards to the reproductive system, where that reproductive system is at its strongest point of the day.
Right.
So you can do a little research on stuff like that.
Yep.
What she said, patterns are more powerful than people realize. Yes, that's facts for
Absolutely.
sure, because it gives your body structure. And if it gives your body structure, your body can work around that structure, that blueprint, way more easier and more efficiently if it knows what to expect. So you send signals to your body every day, and the structure that you give it, the routine that you give it, will help your body do stuff more efficiently and more consistently.
Right.
So that's what you're doing when you're creating a routine that's based on circadian rhythm. And as far as nature, we come from nature.
Right.
So if we come from nature, then we have to also, you got to look at the birds.
The
birds is up at 6
Straight
a.m. every morning.
Every morning.
They are
chirping
in accordance with the rhythm of nature. So they are chirping every morning. They don't miss a beat. That sun rises at the same time.
Yep.
So you got to see everything is submitting to the laws of nature, and we're the only ones still trying to figure that out.
Right. Right.
So we got to understand it's deeper than that.
And I'll give y'all I'm trying not to be graphic, but I'll give y'all a plain upon tables example. A woman's cycle. It comes every so many days or so many weeks. It comes at the same time. Now, if a woman, after 2 weeks at a cycle, then another 6 weeks go by, and then after that, 2 days go by, she have another one. Something wrong with that. Something's wrong with that. She gonna be like, Doc, I'm off. Do something, please.
Yeah,
all right, so crazy. Working pattern. So again, and I'm gonna keep saying this so y'all can write this down. Have a plan for the rest of the year, what you gonna do to be healthy. All right. Keep a journal or hold yourself accountable. Next, and I'm gonna substitute this for something else. It says, don't get trapped by mall food on Black Friday. I'm gonna say, don't get trapped by holiday food, because everybody's doing something. I mean, you got all kind of different cultures. Some people do turkey, some people don't. Some people do fried donuts, some people don't. Some people do the eggnog, some people don't. Back to the eggnog. We talked about this last time. 122 million pounds of eggnog was consumed Thursday. That's just for the United States. We're not talking about worldwide. Because again, all cultures and nationalities don't do that. So don't get trapped by holiday food. That looks good. Let me taste that. No, you might need to have a little more discipline and be like, no, I'm good. I've already eaten, but thank you though. You might need to do that. You might need to. That's not going to offend nobody, y'all. It's okay.
And even if it does. Because you got to make a decision.
Right.
What are you willing to defend?
Right.
Offend. What are you willing to offend?
Right.
That person who just is only offended because they don't understand the severity of your new lifestyle, or are you going to offend your body and the design that God created your body to work on, which will have repercussions? this one can be fixed with just a little bit of understanding and conversation.
Right.
But
Right.
that other one,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Right. 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 And I mean, you might lose some friends, man. I mean, those friends, you probably need to lose them anyway, because they every time you go over there, they got 2 pork chop sandwiches waiting on you. No, you might need to let that friend go.
yeah. And
Or
if y'all lose a friendship over a slice of sweet potato pie,
right,
man, that ain't no real friendship anymore.
no real friendship at all, at all. You know what I mean? So please don't get trapped by the holiday food.
Yeah.
Number 4, make balanced meals from your leftovers. So what this means is eat what you got at home. Don't go out to the fast food places. One, this will help your budget. This will help you save money because you already got food there. You know what I mean? And 2, you're eating what you know that you made versus something full of grease and fat. And because I didn't say this, what your body needs, the 3 things your body needs every day: protein, carbs, and fat. Yes, you need fat, but you don't need a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yes, you need fat, but not a lot of it. You need protein, carbs, and fat. Your body can make energy from the fat. It can make energy from the carbs. It very little energy, if I'm not mistaken, Paul. Very little energy your body makes from the protein.
Right.
Am I correct
Right.
on that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I forget the percentages, but you want to have a good deal of protein. Um, the carbs, we got to be smart on that. I would advise you to eat the carbs earlier in the day so you can burn them off. Because if you eat them at night, they sit on you and turn into fat. And then you wake up the next morning full of the food that you just ate the very next day. Okay?
Yeah, if you do eat some carbs, it's all about anything. Anything. Everything in moderation is
Right.
good. So if
Right.
you're eating refined carbs, then
Right.
we already know what's going on.
Right.
But if you're eating complex carbs that have fiber and nutrition and all that type of stuff, then you are slowing down the process of that. Everything turns into sugar, but what makes it unhealthy is how fast it turns into sugar when you eat it.
Right.
So that's the thing that spikes your blood sugar and stuff like that. So we need to make sure that if we're eating something, and we need to eat light when it comes to the nighttime, our last meal of the day needs to be light because the sun is going down. That sun gives us our body's energy to break down food.
Absolutely.
But once the sun is going down, your body registers that as, hey, I am now winding down. It is not time to be active. It's time to relax. So if you're eating a meal that's for activity,
right,
you're throwing stuff off.
Absolutely.
So you gotta eat light. Eat your biggest meal in the middle of the day when that sun is at its highest point.
Right.
So
So I'm gonna make it more plain. He used refined carbs and complex carbs. I know y'all probably don't have a clue what that means. Refined carbs. I'm gonna give you a couple of examples: white bread, pizza dough, pasta, pastries. Oh, I know I'm hurting some of y'all's feelings. Oh my goodness. White flour, white rice, sweet desserts, and many breakfast cereals. Those are refined carbs. Those are things that we probably see. It's so funny, man. You wake up and people eat donuts in the morning. That's a refined carb. That's not good for you at all.
Yeah,
So
man.
if you could change breakfast, man, that would help us all. Now I'm gonna give you complex carbs. It says beans. I probably wouldn't eat beans in the morning. Oatmeal, 100% whole wheat bread. Quinoa. Quinoa is great. I'd eat that any time of the day. That's a complete protein. What is that? It has all 9 essential amino acids that your body needs. Quinoa is beautiful. Barley, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and many other plant foods. Plant foods. I eat oatmeal every single morning without fail. Gotta have it,
A lot
man.
of people sleep on oatmeal.
It's good stuff.
The thing is, you need that mucilage that oatmeal produces when you cook it. That slimy substance. You can get that same thing from okra or anything the same thing with chia seeds. Same thing. The reason why that's so important and the reason why sea moss is such a hot topic right now is because of that same thing.
I got it in my fridge.
The reason why that's such a big thing in the body is because when you drink water, your body structures water. The water in your body does not look like the water you drink after it gets done process it and everything. So
Right.
structured water is more like a gel.
Yeah.
So the reason why it's like that is to take anything out of the cell that's not supposed to be there, and also be able to enter the cell and bring nutrition as well.
Right.
So all that stuff, you need to provide the same type of, you need to be eating a diet where you get that type of, mucilage and all that type of stuff in your diet.
Absolutely.
So that's a next level. Just, what Shannon focused on right now. Just get the basics down, and then, we'll take our steps.
Right. Because we'll break that down one day. We'll break that down. Carbs, fats, micronutrients, macronutrients. Hey, we'll break that down another day. Right now, we're just trying to get y'all motivated to make some changes. Like a crackhead that need to get off of crack. Hey, it's killing you, dog. You ain't got no teeth in the front. You need to get off the crack so you can get your teeth back, get your life back. You know what I mean? We're just trying to motivate y'all to make some changes, all right? Some minor adjustments, not huge, minor adjustments. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, last thing is, don't avoid food, man, because we tell y'all this, man. It's there are documentaries out that could be scary, saying, I've heard people say this, man. I've heard a lot of people say this. Well, meat's bad, vegetables bad, then I can't eat nothing. That's not correct. That is absolutely not. Stop eating for about 6 days and see what happens.
Exactly. Exactly.
Stop eating. So the thing is, you got to eat. You got to know when to eat. You got to know how to eat. And the biggest deal is why to eat. Why? Because your body needs energy. That's why we eat. Not to get full. Not so that your stomach can be big and you can sit back and sleepy. No, you're eating to fuel your body. Because your brain needs certain things. Your heart needs certain things. Your lungs need certain things. Your organs, they need certain things. Your brain needs good fat. What's good fat? I'll give you an example. Avocado. Avocado is a good fat, and it helps to kill high cholesterol. Which the high cholesterol, because you got the HDL and the LDL. When the LDL gets too high, that's not good. That's putting strain on what? The heart. So the avocado with the good fats goes in there and lowers the LDL. And it feeds the brain. See how that works, man? The body is so complex, but it's really simple when it comes to eating healthy and just eat more plant stuff, man. I mean, if I could say anything at the end, eat more plant-based things. So you got people, including myself, we got about, let me see, you got beef, chicken, turkey, pork, fish, and you got people that get into the scavengers, the lobsters, the shrimp, the crab, all of that mess. So you got about 7 to 8 meats that people eat on the regular. And that's a meal for them. They might have some fries on the side. They might have a roll or two, a honey buttered biscuit or something on the side, but really no vegetables. But you got literally tens of thousands of plants that you can be consuming daily. Tens of thousands of plants. I think they say there was like 80,000 edible plants that we can be eating. I'll give you an example. Soursop. Soursop is a plant that grows in tropical areas. Soursop, according to studies, soursop has been statistically proven to be 10,000 times more powerful than cancer. It's a plant. It looks like it can grow as big as a watermelon. It looks like a big avocado watermelon because it's bumpy and it's green, and the meat inside is white with black seeds. You can eat the meat. People make tea from the leaves, but it's, again, statistically proven to be 10,000 times more powerful than chemotherapy. I told my wife and my family, I said, hey, if it happened to me, y'all order nothing but soursop. That's what I'm getting. I'm not getting chemotherapy. Because the statistics on chemotherapy, I want to say most of those people relapse after 5 years anyway.
Yeah, and it's a specific reason. I mean, because you gotta ask a simple question, man. Like, how did the cancer get there in the first place?
Right.
And if you don't change how it got there in the first place, it's going to come back.
It's going to come back.
Especially if this goes for any disease that you get. If you get a disease and you go to let's say you go to a doctor or you go to a naturopathic doctor and you get cured, you get all your illnesses reversed. If you revert back to the same lifestyle, it will come back
It will come
two
back.
times as bad.
Right.
Because you already have a predisposition
Yep.
To that type of illness already.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
And chemo kills all cells, good, healthy, all
yep,
of them. So
yep,
chemo doesn't attack cancer cells. Chemo attacks the body. That's why people lose their hair, their skin goes pale, they lose weight, you don't have no energy. That's not
yep.
good.
Yeah, because basically the whole point of chemo is, or the whole goal of chemo is to kill the cancer faster than it kills you.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
If it kills you faster than the cancer, then that's why people don't come back. So it just depends on how strong you are.
Right.
Before you get into the chemo. So that's if you got cancer, then you're not really that strong.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And I've read stories, multiple stories. One in particular, I wish I could remember this guy's name. He was on Instagram. He cured himself of stage 4 cancer. He went straight vegan. Yeah. He cured himself stage 4. That's the worst kind. When you go to the doctor and they tell you stage 4, you got like 6 weeks left. Like you out of there. Yeah. And my man cured himself of stage 4 cancer. He went straight vegan. What is vegan? No, basically just straight plant life. So he cut out all his meats. He cut out all the dairy. No processed foods. No refined sugars, the refined carbs that we was talking about. And he just ate plant-based stuff, man. You can do it. People have done it. Cultures for centuries, man, have eaten plant-based, man. That's the location where they are. They got soursop and caneps and guava and all this kind of stuff growing on trees naturally. They just eat that. I would too.
You know, even from like let's keep, we can even not even get sciencey with it,
right?
Just to help people connect. It's like, look, if you common sense tells you, when you look at nature, carnivores, herbivores, and stuff like that, you come at it from that angle. The carnivores usually have a pattern of attributes and stuff like that. Sharp teeth, canine, straight, short digestive tract.
Short, 6 feet.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With higher acidic environments inside.
Right.
So to break down all that tough, you know, that tough meat and flesh. So, their bodies are completely different and built for that. But it's really a curse because they can't go. You know, they can't eat the plants and get the nutrition straight up.
Right.
So they have to get it. They have to eat the herbivores that eat the plants because in their blood is the nutrition.
Right.
And that's really a curse. So they have to get the product cut. It's like getting the product cut.
Right.
You know, you stepping on the product.
Right.
So, you know, but why deal with the middleman when you eat meat? Just cut out the middleman, go straight to the plants and stuff like that. And just think about it like this. If you're in nature, let's say we don't have all this technology where the meat is put on your plate for you.
Right. What
would be more easier, and what would give you a better survival rate for your family, even to go chase this lion down, not lion, but chase this gazelle or cow down and rip open the flesh, have to do all the stuff you got to do just to make it edible.
Right.
Or this tree right here, hey, look at these grapes.
Yep.
I can just pick it and it's ready.
Right.
It's ready for me to eat.
Ready. It's ready.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you just got to use some common sense. Like, you know, just use some common sense. You can go research our digestive systems versus carnivores and stuff like that. It's really mounds of information.
Right.
Mounds of information.
Right. And if you need a real life example, look at a gorilla. The diet is primarily 85% plants. The gorilla will eat meat if it has to, but the gorilla can survive on berries and fruits and tree leaves. The gorilla is 10 times stronger than the strongest human. Ask a gorilla if it need meat. While eating a banana with the biceps, the gorilla be like, man, please, look at these guns.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, look at a the hippo, plant based.
Plant based.
Now that bad boy got a little gut on it. Plant based. Giraffe, plant based. Horse,
Plant based.
plant based.
Plant based.
Try to catch a horse.
Look, if you put your hand, like, let's say you got a barn and your horse is in the stable,
Right.
and you put your hand through the gate, and then that horse is turning its head, and then the horse turns its head into your hand will break.
Yeah.
And he'll do that on accident because of how strong he don't know his own strength.
Right.
But that all comes from plants.
Straight plants.
So you can't if there's ever any doubt about strength and all this type of stuff, energy and whatnot, when it comes to plant-based versus not plant-based, I mean, you have it in nature.
Right. And you got to look at it like this. So the lion is the king of the jungle.
Yeah.
The lion is hunting zebras. The lion is not looking for the strongest zebra because the strongest zebra is going to give the meat-eating lion problems. One kick from that plant-based zebra, that lion is done. The lion is looking for the weak, crippled plant-based zebra or deer or antelope.
Following behind,
Following behind. The plants speak volumes. The plants speak volumes. So, I mean, just do the research. We do not have to have meat. You don't have to have it. I mean, for some of us, it's a delicacy. You know, it's a luxury. For some of us, we're going to eat it every single day because that's just how we was raised. But think about it like this.
If you really want to do it in a healthy way, do it like you see nature doing it.
Right.
Do you ever see the lion pull up table salt,
Right.
pepper, hot sauce? Do they put it on the grill?
Right.
Nah, they don't. They even let it sit for a little bit and
Right.
let some bacteria and enzymes start breaking down the meat. And then they eat it just to help it digest better. So that's where the nutrition is.
Right.
I mean, once you cook it, you are devaluing the nutrition in the meat anyway. So that's what I'm saying. If you really want to be a meat eater, then do it real.
Eat it raw. But you ain't going to do that, though. But you're not going to do that, though.
No, you're not going to do that. So,
I don't want it like that. So I'm just saying. Right.
Don't be a half step.
Right.
Come on, if you're going to do it.
Do it. Do it. So at the end of the day, y'all, it's your body. It's your life. It's your decision. We can't make you do or not do what we want you to do and not do. Go blow your nose, man. We want you to live healthy. That's why we started this deal. We want you to live healthy. We want to give y'all information that you're not getting, because when you look at TV, man, so if you're watching TV for 5 minutes and you see 10 commercials, 6 of those commercials are going to be pharmaceutical commercials, and 4 of them are going to be fast food. Now, statistic. The United States is one of 2 countries where the pharmaceutical industry can advertise directly to the consumer. Only 2 countries in the world do that. The United States, I forget the other one. Crazy. Why? Because pharmaceutical is a billion-dollar industry, probably trillions by now.
Oh, yes.
So, again, excuse me, the United States is one of 2 countries on the entire planet where the pharmaceutical industry can advertise directly to the consumer. The other countries, they advertise to the doctors. And then the doctors talk to the people and provide whatever. That's a red flag in itself. Okay? Now, when we go to these commercials, when the last time you seen a broccoli commercial? Or a grape commercial? Or a watermelon commercial? What about a strawberry jumping across the screen? No, you see pizza with pepperoni on it, a double, triple, quadruple burger with bacon on it. The salad got bacon in it. Why you gotta have pig on my salad, dude? I just want a salad. But you see what I'm saying? So they're not advertising health. They're advertising, because when you go to the Burger King, you can get, any of the fast food places, you can get a big burger for $2. You can't get a big salad for $2 though. The salad gonna run you $7, $8, some places $12, $15, but you can get a big burger for $2. So they make the death and the unhealthy easy and accessible versus the healthy expensive. Yep. So when you're hungry, you say, I'm just gonna go ahead and spend this $5, give me 2 burgers and a fry, versus something that's actually healthy for you and that's giving your body fuel. See,
and if you know how to do it right, you actually will come out on the cheaper side if you go plant-based.
If you know how to do it right.
Know how to do it,
right.
You know?
Right. But you know how to do that right. And we're gonna give y'all other examples here later on, man. Lentils and the legumes, and we'll get into that kind of stuff. But right now, you need to make a change. I'm telling you, you ain't been told all day. I'm telling you, you need to make a change.
Yeah.
I seen a little boy hurt my heart the other day, man. I was coming out of the gym. I was going down the stairs, but I paused at the top, and the mama was big. I'm trying not to be disrespectful. The mama was obese. She kind of walked up. She didn't use the rail as much as the dad did, so she got up first. The dad got up. He using the rail. He can't take 2 steps without grabbing the rail. And the little boy, he's huge. Because I'm looking at the mama, I assume that was the mom, and then I assume. I mean, I made a educated guess. The mom got up first. The dad got up. The dad was taller and bigger, holding the rail. And the little boy got up, and he was sweating and out of breath. The little boy. He couldn't have been no older than about 7 or 8, maybe. He was sweating. That was a hot day. It's, late summer. He was sweating, and he was out of breath. This little boy. And I watched them walk, because where the gym is, it's a what is that seafood place? I forget what it's called, but it's a seafood place right next to the gym. Okay. And the people, they're not going to the gym, they're going to the seafood place. And I thought about, and I drove home, and I was thinking about that little boy the whole time. And I wanted to stop. I really did. I wanted to stop and say something, but I don't want to offend people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was both on a mission to take their son. They thought they was doing a good thing. He probably got an A on his report card or something. And they just enjoying the summer, and they just going into Juicy Tails. That's what it's called, Juicy Tails. And they was going in to eat at the fast food place. They're gonna go in there and eat a scavenger. The scavenger eats boo-boo. It eats dead animals at the bottom of the ocean. It has no life in it. They're going to go in there and eat that, thinking they're eating something real good. It's seasoned up real nice. But would you really eat seasoned boo-boo if somebody put it on your plate? Would you really eat that, knowing what it was? And I'm thinking, that little boy is probably not going to live a long life. He was about 7 or 8.
Well, it's always time. It's always time.
It is always time. But that hurt my heart. I still think about that to this day. I really should have stopped and said something. Because our gym is right next to the Juicy Tails. And we get so much traffic going through there. I be trying to pull folks in, because I be like, look, you need to come. Because it be folk in there, they come in and they got belly in their back. It just looks unhealthy. And I have a heart for people to really help people. But I really want to say something to that little boy. Because that was bad. He was sweating and out of breath after walking up the stairs. That's not okay. That's just not okay. That's so wrong on so many levels. And his parents don't have a clue.
That's the thing. We've been miseducated systemically. So it really has. We need some better health education, better nutrition education. And just on biochemistry, on how when it comes to how the body works and stuff like that. So we had that, we would have a better. We would be able to make better educated decisions about the way we eat and live. Right. So a lot of people they making decisions based off of the lack of information they've been given.
Yes. Yes. So that's what we're doing, man. We're trying to fill in the blanks. We're not doctors. We're not PhD in this. We're not nutritionists, although I'm studying to be one. We're not that, but we know a little bit. We know more than the average man or woman in this country. You know what I mean? Because the statistics are not good for this country as far as our eating, as far as health. 1 in 4 is supposed to have diabetes and cancer here in the next 15, 20 years. That's not okay. That wasn't a statistic 20 years ago. It's gotten worse. Obesity has gotten worse. Heart disease has gotten worse.
Yeah.
Chronic illness has gotten worse. These things have gotten worse. I train kids speed development, and the knee, what'd you call it, the ADL, no, what is that, it used to happen to college age kids where the MCL and the ACL
ACL.
tear, that has like triple in like 8-year-old, like 8 to 14. That wasn't a thing 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But it has gone up because kids aren't putting the proper food in their bodies and they're overtraining. Yes, that is a deal. Because you go from football, then you go to baseball or soccer, then you go right into wrestling, then you go right into something else, then you go right into something else. You're not giving your body rest. And then you're not sleeping enough. You're not giving body the rest. And then you're putting bad fuel in the body. Every single weekend. At the track meets, I seen kids drinking Dr. Peppers and Sprites and what's them energy drinks. Kids passing out at the track meets, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Kids are passing out. Smooth. What you do? Where you get a Dr. Pepper at the track meet? Who's selling those? Who's selling Dr. Peppers at the track meet? Crazy. So
I
y'all,
mean, I understand some orange slices or something like that.
Coke, Dr. Pepper, root beer, Mr. Peel, just to make $1 at the track meet. Is it really worth your child passing out? Because that heat stroke, that's 2-3 weeks recovery, buddy. That's 2-3 weeks recovery. And you shaky when you come back. Because your body done hit its limit. So I'm just saying, y'all, do a little research, man. If you don't want to, we'll be posting links. You can look up the stuff yourself. Our heart is to help you. Our heart is to aid you into a better life, a more energetic life. I saw a Ernestine Shepherd. Ernestine Shepherd. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
definitely. She's 80-something years old, moving, and she's still training people at 80-something years old. Ask Ernestine Shepherd if it's that serious. Who is that? You know who that is? The go get her.
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't see the picture there. I just waved at him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Who
okay, what's up, bro? I'll check you out when this get off. But hey, it's your life. You can have a better life. You can have more energy. I seen a 56-year-old just today. Man, this sucker was doing lunge squats and jumps and burpees and all. I say, man, most people at 56 barely moving. But my man looked good. Chest with the thighs, with the quads hitting. He got the abs in there. I said, I showed it to my wife. I said, I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready, because it's going to be me in a few years. You know what I'm saying? So, because I'm 42. All right. Put my age out. I'm 42, and I can move better than just about everybody my age. You know what I mean? I can still run. I can still jump. I can still do all these things. Of course, I'm not trying to be 20 no more. But I'm trying to be the most in shape and most fit and versatile 42-year-old that I can be. I went back to my 10-year reunion and 15-year reunion and 20-year reunion. And, man, these guys are 200 pounds over what they used to be in high school, man. I ain't even recognize half of them.
Exactly.
And some of these guys, man, like my wife, she graduated in 97. She had a couple people didn't make it back to the reunion. They clocked out, man. Just bad eating. Man. Just bad eating. It is good eating out there. That's what we're trying to give y'all information, man, and kind of change your mind and your focus. Because, there is help. There is a better way. You don't have to keep doing what you do. There is a better way. That when y'all see me drinking, I'm drinking water. I'll give y'all this. Write this down. You're supposed to drink half your body weight in ounces. So let's say you weigh 200 pounds. You're supposed to cut that in half, 100. Drink that in ounces a day. So if you're 200 pounds, drink 100 ounces a day of water. If you're 150 pounds, drink 70 ounces of water a day. That's just something that'll... Now, if you want to put flavor in it, then you can. But just drink the water, man. I know a guy that tries his best not to drink no water. Every time I see him, he got a 2-liter. And his teeth, he done drunk the sugar and ate all them teeth up in the front.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing to dilute all the acidic environment in his blood, so his body has to use
Right.
the T, the
Right.
calcium,
Right.
to buffer the acid.
Right.
So yeah,
Right. So I'm gonna give you all this, and then we're gonna shut this thing down. So you can write this down and go do your research. Recent analysis of nutrient intakes of the U.S. population. This was, I'm trying to see when this was posted. Uh, oh shoot, this back from 2011. I got an old article.
but it could still be
It,
relevant.
it's still relevant. It's still relevant. It's probably worse now. Uh, Recent analysis of nutrient intakes of the U.S. population shows that a large percentage of people fall short of the average requirements of many nutrients because you eat to get nutrients, not eat to get full. Now, I'm just going to give you a couple of them. Almost everyone falls short of the average requirements for vitamin D, vitamin E, and more than 1/3 fall short of the average requirements for calcium, magnesium, and vitamin A. Your body needs these. This is not a if, it's not an option. Your body needs this for you to live. It has to have it. So let's look at what vitamin D does. You can go get this supplement at the store. Vitamin D, what does it do? Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin that plays a critical role in the proper functioning of your body. If your body's not functioning right, you're missing out on a nutrient. All right. Now, this includes bone health and immunity. All right. Now, if you don't get enough vitamin D, this is what you get: bone loss, depression, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and multiple sclerosis. I don't want none of those.
Yeah.
Not one. You got to get vitamin D. The biggest source is from the sun, but you can't get it from the foods you eat. Vitamin E. This is another one. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble vitamin with antioxidant qualities that help your immune system, that helps keep your immune system strong. It occurs naturally in a wide range of foods and is even added to certain food products to help you increase your intake. Now, see your doctor if you're experiencing these. These are vitamin D deficiency symptoms: difficulty with walking or coordination, muscle pain or weakness, visual disturbances, or general unwellness. I don't want neither one of those either.
Yeah.
I don't want to sign up for either one. All right.
And this is vitamin D.
No, that's vitamin E.
E.
Yeah,
okay,
vitamin E.
Gotcha.
You know what? Maybe let me give y'all this.
I'll give y'all here's one that's affordable right here.
Yep. See, there it is. You can get that at Walmart, Whole Foods,
Amazon. It's 60 capsules.
See there?
These are vegan, D3, and you get 60 servings. So that's 2 months. You take one a day.
Right. I'm trying to boom. Food sources for vitamin D. Write these down. Fatty fish. Fortified cereals. Try to get the ones that ain't got all that sugar in it, y'all. Fortified milk and juices. They have fortified non-dairy milk that you can drink. Yogurt. Try to get yogurt that's not dairy. So you got the coconut. You got coconut milk. I wouldn't advise eating too much soy-based products. What's the other one I like? Almond milk. They got that, and they taste pretty good. My kids love them, and I'm trying on purpose not to give y'all the animal products for these things.
Yeah.
All right, vitamin E. Here goes some foods. Write this down. Vitamin E as an egg. All right. How can you increase your vitamin E intake? Nuts and seeds, such as almonds, sunflower seeds, peanuts, and of course peanut butter. Ain't nothing like a good old peanut butter and jelly, baby. I'm telling you. Whole grains. Vegetable-based oils. I cook with it now, especially olive and sunflower. I've just recently here started liking avocado oil. That's some good stuff, man.
I would say avocado oil, because we talked about good fats and
Right,
stuff like that,
right.
right?
Gotta have
So
it. Gotta
what
have it.
we have is omegas.
Yeah,
Your
absolutely.
omegas, especially for women, women need to get, that
Yep.
for a whole bunch of reasons. But
Right.
omegas, omega 3, omega 6s, you need to have those in ratios.
Gotta have them.
That's another topic we can go in on another day. But
Yep.
the problem is we cook with a lot of oils that have high amounts of omega 6 instead of 3.
Yeah.
So what that does is omega 6 is needed, but it's needed in a specific ratio.
Right.
It's needed less and less amounts,
right.
as opposed to the omega 3. When it's
right.
higher than that, it will actually hurt you instead of helping you.
Absolutely.
It cause a lot of inflammation and stuff like that. So basically what I'm saying is you want to make sure that when you're doing the oils, I know you said olive oil, you don't want to cook with olive oil.
Right.
You want to put olive oil on your salads or something like that.
Right.
Try to get it, if you can, try to get it unrefined, cold pressed, stuff like that. We can go into all those little things later.
Absolutely.
But,
absolutely.
Avocado oil, like you said,
that's good stuff.
That's a great one.
Absolutely.
High smoke point, all that type of stuff. So yeah, that's a great one for people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Can you cook with coconut oil?
It's better to bake with coconut
oil. Better to
oil.
Bake with it. Right.
Yeah, it's better that you wanna coconut oil has a lot of saturated fat. Naturally.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with coconut oil.
Right.
So you want to use very little amount. So it's good to just bake with if you're making like some vegan baked goods or some bread, just whole bread. But you can cook with it. You gotta take it easy.
Yeah. All right. Continuing with vitamin E foods to help you increase your intake. Leafy vegetables, green leafy vegetables. That's good stuff. Not what's that salad? Iceberg. Throw that in the trash. That's garbage.
That's that fake.
You might as well eat paper. Eat notebook paper. Throw that in the trash. Iceberg lettuce is garbage.
Yeah, it's no nutrition.
Yeah, man. Do some romaine lettuce or spinach. Do that instead. Kiwi and mango. Those are fruits. Y'all like, what is that? It's a fruit. It's delicious. The kiwi has seeds in it. And I think the mango gonna have seeds in it from the store too. And y'all notice they're removing a lot of seeds from fruit. The grapes, the watermelon, what's the other one? The cantaloupe. Fruit without seeds is not real fruit. That's called GMO stuff. Hey, try not to eat that. It's gonna cost a little bit more, but try to get the fruit with the seed in it. Imagine a man with no sperm.
Exactly. It doesn't make sense.
It don't make no sense. That man can't produce life. So a fruit that don't have seeds in it cannot produce life.
Yeah, you got to think about it. Like, so when you have, let's take a tree for instance, as big as these trees are.
Right.
These trees come from something that's this small.
Yep.
So if you want to talk about where in the fruit or the vegetable that the nutrition it resides in, it would be in the thing that it starts out as, that has all the resources and everything that it builds from.
Yep.
So if you're talking about fruits or vegetables, I would say fruits, because fruits usually are the ones that have the seeds. If it has a seed, then it's a fruit.
Right.
Even if it's not sweet.
Right.
So if it doesn't have any seeds, then you kind of gotta go like double down and just say it doesn't have that nutrition as well. So
Right. Because you're talking about a man in a chemical lab creating, I don't know what they're doing to it, but they're genetically isolating stuff to remove the thing in the fruit that allows it to procreate. And then they're giving that to you.
Yeah, they're splicing the genetics
yes,
and stuff.
It's just, and also no, on the flip side, nobody has done any long-term studies whatsoever about what a fruit or genetically modified food does to the human body. Nobody has done any studies on it.
Yeah.
So you could turn into an alien in 10 years. I don't know. You could grow a tail, a third eye. Nobody knows because nobody has done any research whatsoever. But you know what? It's making some people some money.
Yeah.
So they keep making it. But if we stop eating it, they'll stop making it. So I know we're giving y'all a lot. Write this down. I'm recording this, so I'm gonna post it on YouTube, so y'all can go back and look at it as many times as you want. Cause I don't know, I'm new to this IG live stuff, but I'm gonna post this on Facebook. I mean YouTube. I'll probably post it on Facebook too. I'll put a link, and I'll put the articles that I looked at, and if y'all got any questions, man, any comments, please hit us up. We'll try our best to get back to you. Now going forward, I would like to have some actual doctors on here. Some actual people that's in the food industry. I would like to have them come on here, and maybe y'all can ask questions. Y'all can jump on live or whatever. But we're just starting off. This is just the second one. But we will grow. We will continue to grow because this thing it's not gonna stop. I'm gonna continue to grow. You know what I mean? In my efforts to get better, and because I feed my family differently now. We eat different now. You know what I mean? I just did some juicing. I did a green juice, and my family loved it. You know what I mean? And so it's like that. I make a decision to be better. My family got to follow because I'm juicing it, and I pour it in there. My kids love it, man. My kids love it.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I got a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old. Yep, and they love it. So 5, 6, 10, 11, they love it. And I got my little niece over here. She drinking it up too. She's 3. So you make a change, your kids make a change. Everybody's healthier. It's not just on you. You know what I mean? So, hey, find some kind of way to motivate yourself to make a change because you don't have to be hurting and breathing fast and have your heart beating all high all the time. You can make a change. You can get your blood pressure down. You can get off them pharmaceuticals. You can lose that weight. You can do these things. You just need a little help, and hopefully we're the help that you can provide. If not us, then find some help somewhere. Paul, you got anything? You got anything extra?
Oh, do I got anything?
Yes, sir.
No, just start with one thing at a time.
Right.
Just one thing at a time, one day at a time. If it's just drinking more water,
right,
I would say that would be the first thing I would recommend to everybody. If you want to start with something healthy,
that's huge,
and make a change.
Yeah, that's huge.
Get in higher amounts of water.
Absolutely.
And just start with that.
Yeah.
Just start with that, and then start with 1 week. Then try 2 weeks of being consistent with water. Then try 3 weeks.
Right.
If you try 3 weeks, then at least we can get to making it a habit.
Right. Right.
Once you make it a habit, you can move on to the next good habit you want to create.
Absolutely.
So just do it like that.
Absolutely. 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 We're on your side, man. We're in your corner. We're on your team. You have our support. Y'all keep jumping on every Sunday, 5:30 Central Time. So that'll be 6:30 Eastern. That's 3:30 Pacific Time. But we're going to keep being on here, y'all. And eventually we're going to get on YouTube. Honestly, I got to get my subscribers up. I've had a page for years, but I don't never do nothing with it. So when I get my subscribers up, we're going to go live on YouTube. But anyway, you can follow Paul. His PMAATJ.
PMAATJ.
Yep, that's his deal. And I'm Speed Matters. Y'all can follow us. Hey, y'all can hit us with messages if y'all wanted to.
Yeah.
No names. Sure. We ain't putting y'all out there. We ain't putting y'all business out there. If y'all want to hit us up, ask for some advice, hey, we could do that. We both in the health arena. Yeah. Okay? We both understand confidentiality. You know what I mean? I got people I work with. I can't share their stuff. You know what I mean? But I got people that do kind of let me talk about their stuff. So it's all love, man. We just trying to help y'all. All right? So enjoy y'all Sunday, and we're going to get back with y'all next week.
Awesome, man.
All right.
See y'all later.
All right. Holla.
Holla.
Peace out, baby. Get up and go do something. Holla.